Call of Duty Black Ops 7 trails far behind Battlefield 6 on Steam pre-orders, but the bigger picture is far more complex. Okay, so that actually got my attention because as we've been talking a lot about in our streams, Battlefield is a clear winner in our eyes, which is true. It had a lot of sales and a lot of people are on it. And looking at this article, okay, according to data from Alinea Analytics, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has sold under 200,000 pre-order copies on Steam 18 days ahead of launch, whereas Battlefield 6 has already sold almost 1 million during the same time frame. Okay, makes sense because we've seen how many people have been jumping in on Battlefield. Similarly, as Eurogamer reported yesterday, Black Ops 7 is ranked at number 173 for Steam wishlist. By contrast, Battlefield 6 peaked at number 3. Okay, still makes sense. However, although the numbers look bad for Call of Duty at first glance, the bigger picture is harder to ascertain. For a start, because of Call of Duty is an annual franchise, regular players might not bother adding it to their wishlist. Like FIFA, it is difficult to measure the success of upcoming COD releases based solely on wishlist data, says Vic Bassi of Video Game Insights. A lot of factors come into play. However, what we do know is that players already embedded within a gaming ecosystem tend to buy the serialized release rather than adding it to a wishlist. Okay. They do have a point in saying this because, like I said before, like I've said many times before, COD is a very annualized franchise. They come out every year, and we also had talks about, heard some news about Battlefield also trying to do the same thing, make it annualized thing, and people are not happy about it. But Call of Duty is a very, very annualized franchise at this point, and all the Call of Duty players are kind of on auto mode, buying every single Call of Duty game that comes every year, and playing every single battle pass. It's almost like a routine for most Call of Duty players at this point. So it kind of makes sense that most of them wouldn't bother adding it to a wish list because it's it's kind of expected to drop every year at this point. So you don't need to really add it to a wish list. You just buy when it comes out, right? So yeah, it does make sense. Whereas Battlefield, it took a 5-6 year hiatus after the poor performance of 2042, and it was kind of refreshing to see the game makes a comeback in the form of Battlefield 6, and it excited a lot of fans that's sort of gone underground since 2042 and Battlefield 5. Most of the fans of Battlefield, so they resurfaced, and this excited them. So hence you saw a lot of people wishlisting it, a lot of people jumping on the beta to test it out. And it even interested a lot of Call of Duty players because it was seen as the darker, grittier war simulator type game opposed to the arcadey version of Call of Duty. They do have a point. The hair, clothes color, the brand. Yeah, that's it, bro. I'm always on my blue hoodie, man. That's my thing. Bassi notes that Call of Duty games have their own separate launcher on PC, so we don't have access to the complete data, and not all PC players will be buying the game via Steam. There's also the fact that Black Ops 7 will be available day one on PC Game Pass, which saw a price rise earlier this month. In addition, VGI's data shows that the Call of Duty franchise as a whole has around twice as many followers as Battlefield 6 on Steam at around 658,000. I'm not sure whether this is a good indicator for sales anyway. It might have a lot of followers, but does that necessarily mean that you're going to get as many sales? I'm not sure because, Call of Duty has been around for a long time. So was Battlefield, but Battlefield hasn't put out a game in a 5-6 year window. And they now only just dropped Battlefield 6. It's only been mere weeks and it's doing pretty well. And Call of Duty sort of been on a downward spiral for, I would say, for the last 3-4 years. So I don't know, man. Okay, let's read on. Reese? Oh, I don't know. I'm butchering this name. Rice Elliott At Alinea Analytics says that according to his firm's data, Battlefield 6 has now passed 10 million copies sold across all platforms, and it seems to have won over the core PC audience. But that momentum alone will not be enough to overturn Call of Duty's overall market dominance this year at least. He points out that whereas the Battlefield series has always resonated mostly with PC players, Call of Duty remains a multi platform powerhouse with a sale base that extends far beyond Steam and the PC market. What do you think about that? I understand that a lot of PC players do love Battlefield, but most of my experience has been on consoles for Battlefield 2. Like I played a okay, you know what? Actually, Battlefield 3 I played it mostly on PC. I did play it mostly on PC. But Battlefield 4 I played a lot on a PS. Um but that's just been my experience, and I'm back to PC to play Battlefield 6. So I don't have a clear idea as to how this is. But yeah, if you do you agree with this statement or not, let me know. But I don't know. It feels like a kind of a vague, broad thought. Um, yeah, it is still kind of hard to say whether this is actually will be the case. Not sure. Elliot suggests that Battlefield 6 is currently enjoying a huge amount of goodwill as the series bounced back from the disappointment of Battlefield 2042. Like I said, whereas Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is facing a perception problem. True, as a result of series repetition and a focus on Fortnite esque cosmetics, but that won't necessarily impact sales all that much. This, I have actually talked about this before, and I mentioned that Battlefield, like people are very loud about the fact that, how Call of Duty is so different to Battlefield 6, how it's more arcadey, and how, Battlefield 6 plays better, yada yada. But the thing is, your average COD player is still enjoying Call of Duty. That's the reality. Call of Duty is for a separate audience, and yeah, we did see a whole bunch of Call of Duty players jumping in on Battlefield 6 and having fun in their own way. But ultimately, Call of Duty serves for Call of Duty players, and Call of Duty players like what they have. Most of them, anyway. They love the cosmetics. They want the cosmetics. They want to show them off. They want the battle passes with all the colorful stuff that they get with it. And they like the movement system. They like the arcadiness of Call of Duty. That's why they play it. So uh, why would that be a problem? Probably not. That's why I said when Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launches, we're gonna see a portion of Battlefield players who are COD players actually going back to Call of Duty. We might actually see that, and we'll see some of that portion, some of that daily peaks will go down a little bit for Battlefield because of that. Which is not a bad thing. I think eventually both games will settle with a core audience, core player base, and then that will be the end of it, and that's totally fine. Call of Duty has entrenched global audience across consoles and PC, including more casual gamers that purchase the game each year out of habit and brand loyalty. Exactly what I just said before. Its casual player base dwarfs Battlefields, and its integration with Warzone ensures that millions of players are constantly exposed to marketing, in game promotions, and social tie ins that convert attention into purchases. Even if Black Ops 7 feels less exciting to us at the enthusiast media, the sheer reach of COD's ecosystem through cross-promotion, platform partnership, and content cycles guarantees massive sales volume once the game launches. He thinks that although Battlefield 6 might be winning the hearts and minds of PC players, the market inertia of Call of Duty will ensure that Black Ops 7 will sell more copies overall. Battlefield is having its comeback moment, but Call of Duty remains the default choice for mass market players. This, in a way, I do have to agree, because while we're enjoying Battlefield a lot, you do have to consider the casual players. You do have to consider that. And in the last stream, we briefly touched on this when we were playing the casual game mode that's been introduced into Battlefield 6, which is to capture that casual player base. We were playing through casual breakthrough, and with the bots, and we talked about how this is going to be very appealing to the casual gamer because it is so much easier to play. You deal with a lot more bots and less real players. However, you do get the actual uh, progression in the game. You're not penalized for it. However, you get less XP for bot kills and more XP for real people real player kills. Either way, I think that was an attempt by Battlefield to capture that casual audience and try to keep them there. Because the reality is, if you're not actually decent with your skills when it comes with Battlefield, you will struggle. You will really struggle. The Some of the game sessions, especially in conquest and escalation game modes, can be absolutely brutal, and most of the time you're just going to keep dying and waiting for revives or just respawn. And that's the reality, because it's all that it's not about running and gunning all the time. It's about teamwork. So like you got to have a balanced squad. First of all, you're going to have your assault, just literally just charging in, capturing points. You have to have your support right behind the assault, trying to revive if they get down. You got to have your engineers taking out tanks, and you got to have your recon spotting people. Like you got to have all of that to work in synchronization for Battlefield experience to work properly. But you're not going to get that all the time, and that could really suck. But Call of Duty is not really designed that way. Call of Duty is for you to just jump in for a session and just go run and gun for 10 minutes, and then you get a win, and then you dominate the scoreboard, and then you go again. And it's kind of like a gambling machine, like you just keep playing, and you just keep playing and waiting for the hoping that you make the top of the board, and you just do it again and hope for the top of the board. Like it's kind of like that. It's literally designed to keep you playing. Like that's what Call of Duty is. So it's very different purpose. It doesn't matter whether you're playing with a bunch of people or by yourself. It really does not matter. So yeah, I think they do have a point. So Call of Duty, because of that, appeals. Call of Duty, because of that, appeals for the mass market player. Whereas Battlefield, at this point, it's probably for a little bit more hardcore players. If they will do, whether they will do anything to change that and capture more casual players for Battlefield, we don't know yet. But that's not gonna be an issue, like I said, because like I said before, Battlefield and Call of Duty are totally different games, and they can coexist without having a competition for trying to grab each other's player base. I think eventually what we're going to see is we're going to see them settle with their own separate player bases, and they'll just like stick to both, that stick to each. Some will overlap, obviously, some will play both, but you'll see a whole bunch of players just playing Battlefield, whole bunch of players just playing Call of Duty. I think that's what we're gonna see eventually, but we're not there yet. It's only been mere weeks into Battlefield, and we're just gonna get a Black Ops 7 in a couple of days. So we're still sort of in the middle of the storm here. Once the storm settles, we'll see that, I think. Um, it says further, he thinks that Battlefield could become a serious threat to Call of Duty in the future as it rolls out updates like Battle Royale mode and the UGC focused. Oh, uh, I just got reconnected. Okay, cool. However, he thinks that Battlefield could become a serious threat to Call of Duty in the future as it rolls out updates like Battle Royale mode and the UGC focused Battlefield portal. Though uh, call, later the latter could potentially capture the attention of the TikTok crowd and streamers and could open the door for Battlefield as a platform, he suggests. It is true. We've seen huge amount of success with the user generated content in Battlefield Portal already. Um, and it's been doing so well. Whether that hype will die down eventually, we don't know, but we're still seeing a lot of people jumping in, creating their own maps and modes and stuff like that, and people actually jumping in and doing some of that stuff. I have tried a few actually. I am not like a huge Portal like player. I stick to the base multiplayer games, mostly conquest, escalation, stuff like that. Haven't really done anything else. But there are fans of Portal who actually really grind that stuff. So it's forming its own player base as well, which is great to see. If EA delivers on its roadmap cadence, keeps momentum through a crowded shooter season, and successfully rolls out Battle Royale that feels like Battlefield, not Apex Legend with tanks, we could see EA nurture Battlefield into some real competition for Call of Duty in the coming years. Yeah, okay, that is true. That is the end of the article. But yeah, I think the article raises a valid point where we might see this Battlefield 6 as a clear win opposed to Black Ops 7, but it does remain to be seen how well Black Ops 7 will end up performing as a separate game. We do see we don't see a lot of people wishlisting it and on Steam or anything, but we don't have any details on how it's going to perform on PC and console. There are separate ways to access the game even on PC. Like I said, like the article said, it's free on Game Pass. So a lot of people might actually just be jumping in through Game Pass, which is not captured on Steam then. So it could be a lot more there than what we see on Steam, and it could be a lot more on consoles than what we see here. So until it launches, we would not have an idea. And how it's going to impact Battlefield overall, we still don't know either. But let's just see. We'll find out in a couple of days, right? Let's see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think of this whole COD versus Battlefield sale drama. And whether you think that eventually Battlefield 6 will become a serious threat to Call of Duty, or whether it'll remain its own separate thing and Call of Duty and Black Ops, Call of Duty and Battlefield will have its own separate player bases where they will coexist peacefully without any competition. I think it could be the latter, that they will eventually find a way to coexist without big competition. But you never know. You never know what their intentions are. If they go down the path of competition, we could see some um, real changes happening to both games. I think real changes, and that could be the annoying, or that could be a really good thing for the players. We just don't know yet. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.